Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game. JohnnyCage versus Messi. JohnnyCage actually spawning as the random undead player on the bottom left-hand side of Northern Isle, going up against Messi, who is spawning as the pink orc, over here on the top right. Should be a great game for you guys as things are getting underway. Also just cleaning up my desk a little. Apparently, my table downstairs has become the junk table. Just put stuff here and Dad will, oh my goodness, will put it away for you. And yeah, I didn't realize it, but they covered up a bunch of eraser shavings. I don't know, I picked up a piece of paper and there was like, here Dad, I left you a bunch of eraser shavings from all the homework I did. All right, thank you, I guess. All right, let's OCD kicking in. I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't see this. I would have cleaned this up before I started. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down. Blade Master being trained up by Messi here. Meanwhile, we are looking at a Death Knight. Nothing too out of the ordinary in this matchup here on Northern Isle. Now, with all of that said and done, we are going to be having a scouting peon making its way out. We should be looking at a couple of grunts making their presence known. And then the question for Messi will be, will he go for a second orc burrow or have a faster tech to tier 2? Orc goes tavern. No tavern heroes for Orc. Orc generally doesn't go Tavern Hero. The Blade Master, the Farseer, two very, very powerful, very versatile heroes straight out of the gate and work really well with the items that come from their Voodoo Lounge. Generally, Tavern Hero first is more of a Night Elf thing, but then even then, that has really fallen out of favor as of late. Are we going to get a 4-unit surround with those units? No, we are not. Instead, Undead now making his way around here, sold his Scroll of Town Portal, using that Blight and that Sacrificial Skull, and now going to go ahead and try and engage. We can see that a Ziggurat is already being placed down here. It should try and upgrade to a Nerubian tower, but it will be a little bit difficult as the Blade Master is already making his way down, selling his Scroll of Town Portal, picking up a Gloves of Haste, and ready to put on the pressure. All right, it's a game of tempo straight out of the gates here. Undead wants to set up this gold mine here. Blade Master knows that his chances of doing a fast expansion are very, very low, and instead gonna try and go for something else. Acolyte down across here. Is he gonna take a little bit too much damage? Perhaps the Death Knight of JohnnyCage, his spider sense is tingling, expecting there to be a Blade Master nearby. Blade Master did use a Windwalk, and that Windwalk could be coming to an end here. No Nerubian Tower upgrade inside the base, and with this, well, I believe Messi is going to make a mess. All right, Blade Master going after this Acolyte here, already backing away from one of the first Acolyte. This is a little bit of a dangerous proposition as the Blade Master is not going to really get that many kills off if he really is trying to go after these units. Death Knight, there's a Death Coil, and that Acolyte is going to be saved. That first Acolyte who has taken some damage, pretty much already back up to decent hit points as the Blade Master going to try and go after here. Nerubian Tower nearly fully upgraded, and Messi will be forced to retreat. Skeletal minions, well, doing a little bit of blocking here as the Nerubian Tower is completed by JohnnyCage at the Expo location, and now we are haunting this gold mine here, perhaps trying to get up to 8 or up to 10 Acolytes. But that is a little bit of a dangerous proposition, investing that much into Acolytes when you don't even know for sure that the haunted gold mine will stay. It is up to JohnnyCage to hold on to this gold mine here as the Blade Master now trying to slice and dice his way through. There's a little bit of damage. Haunted gold mine now down to 133 hit points. Is enough damage going to be dealt? Well, he actually cancels it, perhaps a bit early. I don't know if he actually needed to cancel there. Every second would have been extremely helpful as the Blade Master able to dodge a Dust of Appearance. Blade Master backs all the way out. Well, Haunted Gold Mine once again being rebuilt. Now getting up another Acolyte here. We're going to go up to 9 Acolytes here in just a second as the Death Knight tries to stay close and do some creeping. All right. in the back of Johnny Cage's mind, you're always wondering, where is that Blade Master? Is more harassment going to come into play as we see a necropolis now being summoned up here at the expo? This will give a beacon point to try and use a scroll of town portal. Blade Master is nearby. He is not windwalked though, as the Death Knight does need to perhaps fall back onto Blight. And now the Blade Master, if he feels as though he can engage here, he will be surprised that a Sentry Ward is already in position. Acolytes ready to jump on into this haunted gold mine. It's still being summoned as the Death Knight plays a little bit of a dangerous game here. All right, back and forth. Death Knight does have maximum mana, could easily Death Coil that ghoul and try and and then start regenerating a bit of that mana. I don't think Johnny Cage is watching all of these details though, as we already see the Shadow Hunter is out on the battlefield. All right, normally you want to get the Blade Master to level 2, level 3 before you have Shadow Hunter creeping by itself. This is a tough spot to be in. We can see a Hex has gone down, and now, Messi hiring up some local work to try and clear out this 655 creep camp, and that will work. Blade Master, Nerubian Tower, just a bit too far here. Ziggurat, and what is going on here? Blade Master is going to be able to get in a little bit of damage onto the Acolyte. Acolyte now trying to back away, and the Acolyte's able to haunt this gold mine here. Blade Master's auto attack is still fast at this point with the gloves of haste. His movement speed, however, significantly slower as he's trying to perhaps back away. Back off to the north here, Shadow Hunter is sitting at level 2. That Shredder does need to head back to work as the Death Knight is at level 3, and we're now teching to tier 3. Messi has a Tauren totem, and are we actually going to see Taurens coming out from the Orc player? Tech to tier 2 is now 2/3 of the way done, but I rarely ever see this fast of a tech to tier 3 for Orc. Tier 3 Fortress Orc before the 7-minute 30-second mark here, and we are getting the adept training on those Spirit Walkers. Messi has the supply, is also going for a Tauren Chieftain as a third hero, as the Blade Master continues to take damage here, not realizing that he is revealed by that Sentry Ward. All right, taking quite a bit of damage here. The unit moves slowly than it normally does. All right, yeah, so... All right, making its way back across here. 6 Acolytes holding on. 38/60 supply. Tech to tier 2 is nearly done. Off to the north here, we need to see the Orc perhaps try and make some plays to get additional hero levels. Currently sitting on a level 1 Blade Master, level 2 Shadow Hunter, that is not going to be able to cut it in terms of damage output. And now we don't even see a War Mill here yet, so Orc Burrows could suffer a lot of damage. If we see a transition into Crypt Fiends or the production of destroyers, things will go sideways very quickly. All right, Spirit Walker now with a bunch of Spirit Link. Death Knight now nearby, perhaps wanting to get a Death Coil last hit somewhere, as we are looking at a tiny Great Hall being placed down. All right, one of the benefits of a tiny Great Hall is that it builds extremely quickly, and with that being built extremely quickly, the Death Knight is not able to easily take it down. A Tauren Chieftain is now out on the battlefield as well, as we're looking at another Death Coil steal, beautifully done by the Death Knight, taking away the experience from the Tauren Chieftain, the Shadow Hunter, and that Blade Master. Now, Slaughterhouse, dual Slaughterhouse by Johnny Cage. Are we looking to see abominations, meat wagons, destroyers, obsidian statues? The answer to that question is an obvious yes, but what is that unit composition going to look like? Meanwhile, we are getting up a War Mill by Messi. He does need to get to that fortified armor, and he is now going into dual bestiary. All right. It looks as though we're starting to see a standard Orc versus Undead game, but the route at which we are getting there is just a little bit different. All right, Orc heroes actually low on experience level 2 on the Shadow Hunter, level 1 on the Blade Master, who was that initial hero, and that Tauren Chieftain just right behind that Blade Master as well. Tauren Chieftain has not, I repeat, has not gone for any Death Coil, trying to perhaps steal that last bit of experience, trying to finish things off there. Are we going to see, there's a Hex, going to take down that Ice Troll Warlord. Healthstone now picked up. Shadow Hunter could try and Hex things down again, make sure that the Death Knight doesn't do any long distance last hit steals. All right, Death Coil, there's that Death Coil onto that High Troll Priest, but the Berserker will still end up getting taken down. Meanwhile, what is going down here? Lich is sitting at level 2, picked up a Potion of Invulnerability, and has Frost Armor. All right. Curious about the Frost Armor. I think JohnnyCage just naturally went for Frost Armor as that first ability, not taking into account that the Blade Master is still only sitting at level 1, so you're not really trying to protect yourself from all that there. All right, Scourge Bone Chimes, Tauren Chieftain, and now the Blade Master able to get a little bit of Vampiric Aura hits. The Grunt going to get taken down there as the Death Knight just playing the annoying hero, being able to harass while the Lich is off trying to gain a bit of experience. Lich, however, has just been hanging back by himself, sitting at level 2. JohnnyCage is sitting at 56 supply, but where is all of that supply currently sitting? There's a lot of ghouls out on the field. We are going up into Destroyers and Obsidian Statues, and we are now getting up. Oh, we are not going for the War Mill or the Reinforced Defenses. We are going into armor upgrades, that steel armor upgrades, and with that, well, Obsidian Statues may be able to play and destroy many of these burrows. Timing is going to be key there, whether or not it is all spotted. Most Orc players or most Undead players just assume Orc has reinforced defenses by this stage in the game. Is there going to be an opportunity to actually strike? Coming back around. All right, little bit of heals by the Shadow Hunter as well. Shade is keeping track of the Tauren Chieftain and that Blade Master as we're still wandering around here. It looks like both sides are going to be clearing out off these corner creep camps, as Messi getting up to 56 supply compared to JohnnyCage's 66. Acolyte, is he going to try and actually summon or haunt a goldmine here? I don't see a sacrificial skull, no blight, aside from placing down a haunted goldmine here. There's a bit of a stun, as we do see 4 Obsidian Statues already. I imagine JohnnyCage will be bursting into low 70s upkeep here in just a moment as soon as he can start doing that Destroyer upgrade. Blade Master sits at level 3, pretty much on the money. Tauren Chieftain right behind 11 with 11 experience less. Yes, carrion beetles can be damaged by Purge. What is this? All right, when I saw the bestiary, I thought we were transitioning into raiders. That is not the case. Reinforced defense is now getting added in. Instead, we are getting up Wind Riders. So Messi getting up Wind Riders. Wind Riders deal a fair amount of damage, and with the Crypt Lord as the third hero, we are not going to have any easy way, a follow-up attack from that Lich's Frost Nova to try and, I don't know what happened to the overlay, Frost Nova to pick off those units. Wind Riders, well, Berserkers, all these units looking to back up here. There's some Spirit Link getting cast, but that can easily just be devoured as the Kodo Beast tries to dine and dash. Healing Wave, Impale, Tauren Chieftain now stunned. Going to go ahead and throw down a Stomp as well. Are we going to see a Stomp here? So much damage onto the Wind Rider there. There's a Stomp across multiple ghouls. Wind Riders trying to finish off units as the Wind Riders themselves are getting taken down pretty quickly. Berserkers getting destroyed as well. There's another follow-up Stomp. That initial Impale onto the Tauren Chieftain by the Crypt Lord, really delaying that Stomp there and giving a strong straight out of the gate by JohnnyCage. But then again, well, Messi does have a little bit of home field advantage here as things are fighting back and forth. More Wind Riders are engaging here. Taurens are trying to join back into the battlefield. 46 supply as another Wind Rider gets taken down. All right, both sides fighting their way through. The sheer number of destroyers it was the big problem there, as we're looking at the Envenom Spears making a big difference here. 2 destroyers very low on hit points trying trying to retreat back away. Will they be able to get there as the Wind Riders stick around here? There's a Scroll of Town Portal. All the units are retreating back. You can see this destroyer down to 1 hit point, this destroyer down to 29, and that slight difference there is everything. All right, let me see if I can try and come on. All right. Let's see if I can fix this overlay in the middle of the game. If I can, yay. If I can't, oh well. All right, coming back through. Tauren Chieftain, Shadowhunter. Oh, thank you, overlay. Coming back around on the south side. Carry on Beetle. Now making its way off to the north here. 50 supply compared to 72. JohnnyCage with a large economic advantage now taking up that third base. We can see watchtowers being placed down as well. As well, those destroyers really did deal quite a bit of damage. However, one thing to note, the destroyers are no longer going to have massive amounts of mana straight out of the gate. They had large amounts of mana because they had just been converted from obsidian statues, and every new destroyer was absorbing mana before, or getting their mana absorbed before making being transformed. Now, 60 over 82. Downside for Messi, though, is that this 4 supply unit in the air is 570 hit points only. So at only 570 hit points, it could go badly very quickly as the Blade Master gets impaled there. Are we going to see the Destroyer getting taken down? Yes, one Destroyer already down. Healing Wave trying to bounce around here. The Wind Riders really need to focus down on the Destroyers as we see some more impales. This is a battle of air damage here as one Wind Rider getting poked apart here. More units trying to retreat back here as both sides fighting to engage. All right, another Destroyer going to get taken down. Shadowhunter gets up to level 4. Are we going to see some more Healing Wave? Yes, we are. The units are trying to split to, no longer have all of that splash damage as Wind Riders are falling, and so are Destroyers. 52 supply compared to 63. Both sides are engaging there. There's another Healing Wave, a little bit of Envenom Spears as the Purge goes onto the Destroyer, making it difficult for him to leave. However, Death Coil does come online as a Destroyer gets taken down. Wind Rider, however, still alive here as both sides are fighting their way through. This one Wind Rider low on hit points, able to stick around here as the Scroll of Town Portal used in time. All right, are we going to see a couple more units fall here? No, we are not. Low hit point Wind Rider, 1/1 upgrade though, as we're going to be looking at the Blade Master trying to go after here. Tauren Chieftain says, oh, are you going to try and repair this Spirit Tower? I'm going to put my foot down and say no. Acolytes correctly backing away. That Spirit Tower does deal, 27 to 32 piercing damage at a very high rate of attack. Exactly what the Wind Riders don't want to see. Now, JohnnyCage is was sitting on 1,600 gold, spending a lot of gold, suddenly up to 74 supply now, training up some more frost worms as well. Meanwhile, Messi needs to find a way to start mining out of this gold mine too. Both sides sitting up on 3 bases, as the main bases still have about 5 minutes of mining left. One upgrades for the Wind Riders. 2-1 upgrades for those Destroyers. Both sides actually avoiding ground units because of how effective Impale and Stomp can be. With that said, though, Tauren's Raiders are still incredibly useful. Kodo Beasts give a major damage bonus, so bolster up everyone as well. Hey, Metaphysics, thanks for tuning in. All right, back over here on the top left, we can see the Great Hall getting pressured just a little bit. It has been scouted out more than anything as, the Necropolis is trying to get built down. All right, Necropolis is trying to get built up, summoned into play. Death Knight, Lich already in position here. Are we going to see some engagements? Frost Worms can easily deal some damage to the air, but their range on the air is actually a bit slow, only a 300 range compared to the Wind Riders 450. I think the Destroyers have, the same range as well. All right, Tauren with Pulverize right there, now trying to back away. Here we are going into an engagement. Purge by the Lightning Orb as the Wind Riders are fighting their way through. Healing Wave, a split second late there. there. Impale coming back around. Both sides trying to fight, as we perhaps can see a couple of stomps as well. Kotobeast has nothing in its belly, as the Spirit Tower is actually getting in some damage too. Both sides fighting their way through. Lich trying to back away. Healing Wave bouncing. Again, Wind Rider gets that first heal this time around, as the Kotobeast is going to be in trouble and get poked apart, but is it going to get taken down by the Nerubian Tower? That is the question there, and that will be some big experience lost, as the tower does not give experience. Both sides fighting across here. Lich gets a potion of invulnerability, going to stay alive, as the destroyers are still able to just flock together here. A murder of destroyers just owning the skies. The Wind Riders just not having enough hit points to deal with these destroyers at all. Wind Riders trying to back away, but those Wind Riders as tier 3 units, well, just not able to hold on enough. Blade Master is still somehow in this fight. We're looking at some damage here. There goes one Frostworm. Blade Master going to try and finish off the Crypt Lord. There's the Death Coil. There's a save, as the Blade Master now wind walks again and is somehow still alive after this fight. Messi is, well, playing a messy game right now. 44 supply compared to 73. JohnnyCage with a commanding lead, nearly level 5 on the Death Knight, and already at level 4 on both heroes. However, well, Messi not behind in terms of the hero levels, just very much behind in terms of overall supply. Now, one thing to note, I've said this in the past, Wind Riders are a supply fat unit for how many hit points they have out on the field. I would really classify them as like almost a 3.5 or even a 3 supply unit, just because of how easy they are to take out. Yes, their Envenom Spears do stack, but at only 570 hit points, I don't think there is another 3 supply unit that has less than 600 or even less than 700 after the upgrades. Dragonhawk Riders having significantly more hit points after their upgrade too. Coming back through, Death Knight looking to get to level 5 here. That might be the final nail in the coffin, as the Death Knight getting up that 600 Death Coil heal will make it so that those destroyers and frostworms are not easily poked out even by the piercing damage here. Wind Riders, remember, they only have one type of attack, and that's and it does attack air and ground, but because of that lacking in range, they against other anti-air, well, they are within range of everything else by the time they get within range of these destroyers. All right, base of the Great Hall about to get cleaned up here. JohnnyCage breaking into high upkeep, saying, you know what, I'm going to finish this out here. Wind Rider's going to go ahead and try and engage. There's a Frost Nova healing wave bouncing around. Bit of big damage. Are we going to see the Frostworm get taken down? Yes, we do. One Frostworm taken down, as we see the Wind Riders now getting taken down as well. Both sides are still trying to fight their way through. There goes an Impale. Blade Master trying to finish things off. Kotobeast has nothing to really do here. 55 supply compared to 80. The army of JohnnyCage seems like it can just simply attack move to finish things off. No way of getting any AoE damage, as we see a Death Coil onto the Frostworm that's still taken down. The piercing damage is still really high here, as the focus, well, a lot of focus going down across all of these units. Blade Master going to try and finish off some more. Again, there goes another Impale, stunning down many of those Berserkers. Ground damage, Tauren Chieftain now stunning as well, as we're going to see the Endurance or Invul Potion finally used. Both sides still attacking here. Blade Master could be in a little bit of trouble. There's a level 3 healing wave bouncing around. No, level 2 variety after the level up, as the Scroll of Town Portal now used up by the Tauren Chieftain. Blade Master gets taken down at level 4, and, well, that may be the end of that there. Shadowhunter got up to level 5, but did not use its hero talent in time to get the level 3 healing wave off. That may have been the difference between a dead or alive Blade Master, as the Blade Master now being forced to be resurrected at the tavern, as it represents such a large amount of damage output. With that damage output, well, are the Wind Riders going to try and poke down these acolytes? Yeah, we are. We're going to see an ensnare there. There goes one. Yeah, look at this. Raiders, 610 hit points at at a 3 supply as well. So this goes to show you, even though Messi has often had even supply in those battles, he's just had less hit points out on the battlefield, which translates to, well, more death here. All right, coming back through, Lich getting frost armor. Yuna's trying to retreat back. That slow poison does deal quite a bit of damage. Death Knight now, that Death Coil trying to retreat back out. Are we going to see the Obsidian statue taken out? Yes, we are there, as more peons now being transferred from the main base, and Acolyte's now trying to take the top left. One base versus one base now, and JohnnyCage's, well, the only hope Messi has is that JohnnyCage runs out of gold on the bottom right gold mine, well, the Blade Master is able to take this top left. Coming back through, Tauren Chieftain making its rounds here. Raiders, Headhunters, going to try and engage here. Are we going to perhaps see some ensnares to engage, perhaps bring down those units, make it so that they can't retreat back out, as one Frostworm gets a big Death Coil for that big heal. Both sides still fighting. 48 supply compared to 84. Not good at all, as we finally see one Frostworm taken down. There goes another Wind Rider there. Frostworm could get taken down, as we see a Purge. There goes another Wind Rider, but we haven't seen the level ups that we need to see on the Blade Master and Tauren Chieftain side. All right, there goes another Death Coil. Can we burst it down enough to get level 5 or on that Blade Master? If we do, that could be enough of a change to suddenly get some big critical strikes across some of these units. 34 supply compared to 61. Both sides suffering up some big losses. Another Destroyer now taken down. Wind Rider going to get taken down here, and there's a giant stomp there. Level 5 now on the Crypt Lord. Tauren Chieftain has more hit points, as the Death Knight, is it going to be able to Death Coil? Yes, it does, just in time, as both sides are fighting their way through. There goes another Impale again. Blade Master trying to go after more of these units. Shadowhunter trying to retreat back. Shadowhunter low on mana. He's going to get taken out, and that might be, well, what you need to finally throw in the towel. The Tauren Chieftain and the Blade Master are not going to be able to stay alive without their, well, Witch Doctor there, that Shadow Hunter, able to constantly heal them and keep them in the battle. Messi making a good final run, getting in large amounts of damage, closing in on that experience gap in the end, but in the end still ran out of steam. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Here's the final scores.